this is Ruth, Ruth Had To, and I'm really excited because today we have special guests,
Veronica and Isa.
And today we're going to be making Lupe's banana bread.
Yum.
These are the items that you're going to need.
First, we have 3½ teaspoons of baking powder. Next, we have 1 cup of brown sugar. We have 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of white sugar, 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 2 cups of walnuts, 3/4 cups of almond milk, 4 bananas.
And this is Lupe, who was the one who created this recipe. She got it from a book and then made it her own. So this is her special recipe.
And 1 egg. Also, you have to preheat the oven to 350 degrees.
So if we're going to mash the 4 bananas before adding them to our recipe.
So we're gonna start putting the baking powder into the flour. I like to mix it ahead of time this way because then it's more evenly distributed in the flour and in the mixture in the end.
We're gonna add 3½ teaspoons of the baking powder into the flour.
Yeah, and it's powder, not soda. It does make a difference.
We're going to mix in 1 teaspoon of salt into our dry mixture. We are going to mix in all the dry ingredients first, then mix them with the wet ones.
Like the wipey, the wet ones. I know. Okay, so now we have the flour mixture all ready to go, and now we're going to start mixing them all together. Once again, all the dry ingredients. This is the baking powder, baking powder, sorry. Salt, flour, and then we have the sugar, the brown sugar, and then the white sugar. Well, Belle, do you recommend a wooden spoon, or what would you recommend to mix this part?
You can do a wooden spoon to mix the dry ingredients, and then once you add the wet ingredients, you would want to use the hand mixer.
Okay. So we already put 2 tablespoons of oil, and this is the 3rd. Then we're going to add milk. Oh, look at that banana-y goodness. And then 1 egg. Yes. That looks like a smiley face from an alien. That looks great.
Now we will be pouring in our mixed wet ingredients into the bowl with all of the dry ingredients. Look at that banana. All right, and now we will use the hand mixer to mix that all together. This is our loaf pan that we will be using for our loaf. We're gonna use some cooking spray to spray it so that it doesn't get stuck when we're done. So just spray it evenly. You wanna make sure you got enough in there. The corners are very important because it might get stuck. So you see, want to make sure it's evenly on there. Next, we will be adding the 2 cups of walnuts. It's up to you how chunky you want the walnuts to be. We kind of crushed most of them.
By hand.
By hand because we didn't have a mallet. But it's okay. It's a little bit harder, but you know, some pieces are a little bit bigger. Again, it depends on how big of the walnut pieces you want in there. So we're just gonna toss them in here. See, as you can see, there's this huge piece here.
That's okay.
And then we're just gonna mix it once again so that it is evenly distributed. we are going to be pouring the batter into the pan that we already coated with vegetable spray oil. So you can see it's very chunky. See all the walnuts in there. Make sure you scrape it all out of the bowl. You want to get that all in there.
And then how long do we bake it for?
When we put this in the oven, we bake it for 2 hours. You can do an hour and 45 minutes. I personally like it a little bit toasty around the edges, so that's why I leave it in there for 2 hours.
I'm the same way. Like I like mine like an actual bread, not like a cake.
Yes.
So 2 hours if you want it like a bread, right?
Yes, if you want it like a bread. The inside will be moist, just the outside and the edges will be crunchy. That's why I like it with the glass of milk. So 2 hours in the oven, and then we'll be ready to eat it.
Yay! All right, so ours came out extra crispy. But normally 2 hours is the cooking time for this banana bread. Okay, so as you can see, the bread was still fine. It was just a little top that got a little crispy. But since it's New Year's Eve, I was gonna say we should do the New Year's resolutions. So I didn't get to hear what yours was, because I know you said it earlier.
Yeah, mine is to take better care of myself, mind, body, soul.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, go ahead.
My resolution is to not allow others' opinions to affect me in any way.
And mine was to have more joy and adventures. Okay, I just thought of that right now, just like off the cuff. Adventures, because, you know, I had a lot of good ones this year, like, my brain went like, all right, let's taste test. Throwing knives. That's what I did. That was cool. All right.
Throwing knives? That is pretty cool.
It's all natural, you guys. It's just natural. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I like it, this texture.
Oh my gosh, I haven't had this in so long.
This is, the, you know, with the burnt top, this is more like a bread. It's still, like, moist, but it's definitely more like a bread, which is what I like. But like that I was saying earlier, if you want it more cake-like, then cook it for less time. So, alright everybody, Happy New Year's. I hope you have a really good evening. And thanks for watching. Bye everybody.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.